rewind that again, please? You know when that man loses himself midway? You know, you probably shoot them man as well.
Yeah.
Off camera.
He done retired like 3-4 years ago. You know, man,
the passion runs deep.
About it,
Yeah.
I feel sorry for that.
He's gonna easily become a fan favorite.
The subject after that.
We ain't got no one in the UK like that.
We don't.
Micah is saying like that.
But
you know what's mad?
holding
He's funny,
it down though.
He holds it down for us. For
he
sure.
does.
Holding it down still.
But you know what's, man? I'm glad you touched that on, yeah? The moment man shows the real emotion, yeah? You know how...
We'll be right back to a break.
We'll be right, thank you for that, Michael.
Bro, everybody in that studio will be so shook, automatically be threatened. Yeah. We can't have that again. There's certain colleagues around you that don't feel safe around you. Bro, cause you know, like, you already see him already as his stature and whatnot. Yeah. And he's a nice guy. He's always been built
as well. They say that he laughs at everything though.
He does though.
That's the thing.
I found this one guy on TikTok, fam.
Always laughing, fam. At anything, fam.
Oh, he does
anything. But you know what's funny?
So well.
He's the sweetest guy, but
yeah.
You know when you look at him on paper, his demeanor, you automatically would assume.
I used to think he's a tank, fam.
You see it.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a bigger tank now, bro.
Proper joke. Like,
yeah, he's always been a beast. Oh, I think it's this.
But you know what's close? You know what's crazy though? The closest person we have to that is Roy Keane.
In terms of what?
In terms of, that's right.
So this guy, yeah, he always does Micah, fam. He always does Micah. He does Micah so fucking well.
That's a good impression.
I'm gonna find one of his good ones. He does a madness when he does Michael Richards. Hold on.
So, mate, if you could just sign here, you will officially.
Wait, fam, where is the Michael?
Wait, you might have caught him at the barbers as well, though, innit?
I've seen him
I've
once
never
or twice
him before, still.
Bro, it's just funny because sometimes
he was just walking out. Like, you just come up from the back, like there's something.
Like, yeah.
Like, there's a chilling room. Like, bro, there's nothing, just boxes and a sink.
Nothing back there.
He'll be in the shade chair, and sometimes, you know, you just say call to the man and that, and you're like, hey, what? Because it's like, fam, man will literally see you at like 12 o'clock midday or like 7 in the evening.
Every time I see him, he's leaving. Like, look like he's trying to catch us.
Yeah, he's always leaving, innit? Like, it's not like he's just got in there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because I think when they line up his thing, there's space around his appointment still.
Yeah, there has to be.
Hey, no one in the chair when he walks in still. It's just like, I'm waiting for you.
Just you.
Yeah, just you done.
I've got a 2-hour slot.
Get him done and he's sorted.
Yeah, I've got a 2-hour slot for you. Don't worry about that.
But yeah, that's what Zar does as well sometimes. Because Zar's cut him a few times when Shay can't, innit? Zar do it like, you talk about like it's an inconvenience. But like, you just bring it up. Like, you ain't asked, like, what you up to.
Oh, you're trying to show off. You show off.
You know. That's how you have to go catch, you know.
Yeah, Micah.
That guy's Micah's hair. I was like, oh, what is it? Oh, interesting, nice.
Yeah, it's just long though.
Yeah, it's fine, man. I have to go to a hotel, you know, but he's paying me well though, but you know, I just like,
if you want to flex,
I'm just there like, bro, like, big man, where's this going? Cause
you just got nothing to do with nothing, you know.
You get me, like, do you want me to come? Like, what's going on? Cause
man wants you to know. Flex, bro. If you want to flex,
he does that sometimes. So I think it's funny. You know when they think they're being sly about it, like, bro, I can see what you're doing, fam.
Like, you can even at least wait for this to become relevant before you brought it up. That's like saying, oh yeah, like, me and the man just shelled down another sold out show. You know, we just made a couple M's and so on. So
it's this one.
Guess who's back again? Me. Kate, Jamie, Titi. What am I wearing? Clothes. Why? What are you wearing? This is fashion, mate.
Hey, that laugh was spot on still.
I wouldn't expect you to know anything about it. Anyway, I want to have a bowl of pasta, 2 donuts, and a soda, please. What?
He does eat like that as well.
I am
He does laugh. Oh my god.
This is back again.
This guy's silly.
Kate, Jamie, Titi. What am I wearing? Clothes. Why? What are you wearing? This is fashion, mate. As the youth of today say, this is drip, and I wouldn't expect you to know anything about it. Anyway, I want to have a bowl of pasta, 2 donuts, and a soda, please. What? We're live. I am Mo.
And that's probably one thing that I would probably say, you know what, I fuck with Michael on.
Yeah.
Nothing phases him. Like he greets it with a laugh, basically. Any embarrassment, any little foolishness, throws a laugh on it and start like everything's sweet.
But can I be real with you? Is it just me that feels like this as well? You know when they have the confrontations, like when it comes to Keane, like you always know he's just a hard.
Keane's the guy.
So it's like, okay, cool. These men are about to have debate. I feel for Micah in these situations. I'm like, I can imagine what's probably going through his head. Like, yo, I'm the only, guy of like black representation right now, and we're having a heated argument. It can be easy to think like, raw. Okay, this is already feel like it's coming against me. So I'm like, bro, like, hold your own. Like,
No,
I don't think he thinks that way.
I don't think I don't think he thinks that way.
I think like that for him, but then when I see his reaction, I'm like, yo, he's holding
No, I
it.
think sometimes he's like, because he wasn't as good as these man. Like these man's won Champions League.
Yeah, so I think he'll see it like that in terms of a difference in gap, but he's also done certain things that certain man ain't done. Like he's won the Prem. Gerrard ain't win no Prem. Yeah. So there's certain man that people will look at and be like, well, Gerrard is a certain level, there's certain man. But no, he can stand up and, you get me?
He burst onto the scene at 18.
Exactly. Like he's got his own in terms of, yes, certain man have got accolades, certain man won Champions League, certain man won Prem, but he's won the Prem. You get, like he's done his thing as well.
They be trying to stick at him recently, Do you see that clip?
What
with that woman, fam?
Henri and on CVS, 100.
Yeah, what is that clip? Cause I see that all over.
So basically,
stick on man, fam.
They basically stick on him. He say Champions Leagues and that. He won the Champions League.
You couldn't say anything. So they're like, oh, we have our studio guest, Thierry,
Champions League
winner with Barcelona.
Yeah.
Jamie Carragher, Champions League winner with Liverpool.
But that's true.
And Michael, what's it? Michael Richards. The guy that has 5 Champions League appearances.
Yeah. And 3 off the bench or something.
Yo, but that show is...
Do you know what's funny? You would say he's like, that's cold.
Yeah.
He's like, because Thierry's the guy, like, it doesn't matter whether you're his boy or not, he will laugh. He will laugh. He's that friend that will laugh. You get me? Thierry started laughing, Jamie Carragher started laughing. All you can do is like, nah, that's cold,
Yeah.
Nah, that's cold.
Yeah. But I can't lie to you.
That's what you can do, cause
it's funny because that dynamic actually works. Like that show is actually hilarious.
And what's sick is that Jamie Carragher is actually the minority on that show.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it? It's mad. But it's like it doesn't faze them. It's like the first time I see that, I'm like, raw. Like of all people,
it is interesting. It is interesting.
I've never seen that before.
And what's crazy is that it feels that way. It feels like not a black show, but it feels that way because like when you see it, I'm thinking raw.
Wait, I know I'm not just only. You man obviously probably don't watch Match of the Day like that anyway.
No, I don't really watch Match of the Day.
Bro, the YouTube highlights killing Match of the Day.
Yeah, bro, man, just go like this.
No, I feel you, and I do the same thing too. But it's like I also just kind of like the aspect that I can still see a little bit of a longer.
Like
Match of the Day is cultural still.
It's cultural, it's for the streets.
Yeah, and I still analyse it as well. But
bro,
what I like,
sorry, but did you ever watch Match of the Day like it's live?
All the time.
Yeah, come on, bro.
In the afternoon, there's like only one match that you could watch live because like or time, isn't it? So the rest of the matches, you try not to hear the scores and that.
Oh, bro, I used to watch all of that.
You find out on Match of the Day.
Yeah,
all the time.
So
I used to watch it, and obviously now it's different because now everybody getting a bit more into the industry and knowing in terms of like being presenters and all of that, innit, and pundits. And like sometimes it's mad because Lineker might just be with like. He might be with Janice and Mike, Jermaine and Micah. I'm like, oh, it's a man them show today. Or he might be with like Righty and
man said it's a man them show today.
Yeah, or he might be a Righty and let's just say, who else can I put as an example? Because normally on the panel as well. Dini, Righty and Troy Dini might be on the panel, and it's like, oh yeah, it's a man them episode again. Because it's like. It gets obviously now more demanding in the scenes and that. So it's like when I watch it now, it's kind of like sometimes you might just get the all white, like Martin Keough and Danny Murphy and that. And it's like
no banner flow.
Average thing. Yeah, it's an average thing. We're just talking football, but it's like when I see the man them on the panel, it's like, whoa, okay, it's the blackest I've ever seen it. Loving it still. I'm loving it because it's like obviously we're still seeing a little bit more representation on there. Obviously, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but like when I see the man them on the panel, I'm like. It's that episode today. You know what I mean?
The
like,
thing about Micah,
it's funny like that.
Because sometimes like he's proved him, Ian Wright, like all these man. I'll say them two specifically. And what's that guy's name? He's into property as well. He used to play for United. Bold guy.
On Sky Sports.
He's been on Sky Sports. He comes on more on BBC though.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I forgot his name.
Yeah, I know.
Trevor something.
Trevor Sinclair.
Yeah, Trevor Sinclair.
Yeah, he's always on BBC. Yeah,
like
so
them man there. Them
Trevor Sinclair, man.
They've been holding it down.
He does do property now. Yeah, I forgot.
He's been doing property still.
Yeah,
but like he does the homes under the hammer.
Homes under the hammer. Yeah, that's it.
But
I used to think he was a footballer. I'll keep it real.
Yeah, Them
brother.
3, yeah. I can't see this.
Yeah, it's just information, bro.
That brother.
No. Dion Dublin.
Dion Dublin.
He's also
Yeah, but he's like
Dion Dublin.
he's like you have
Dion
to
Dublin.
You have to like
come on.
catch a
They look
streak.
the same though. Let's be honest.
Low key,
they look the same. You get me? My man just a certain.
Dion
Hey,
Dublin,
shout
fam.
out to him for also
Dion
Holmes under the
Dublin,
hammer
man.
too.
Yeah.
Man's
So
defied the odds.
the thing is, yeah,
United, you know,
the reason why you have to rate them, yeah, is like
open doors.
when they first came. Trust me, the open doors, and when they first came, you could see like cool. It was like kick out, racism was in football, kick it out. So they're trying to like do a bit more for the scene and that, and incorporate it a bit more, which is the right thing to do because you need more of a balance sort of outtake and like, yeah, like, bro, if they talk about racism, you can't have a panel of Jamie Carragher and Gary Neville and they're trying to say, oh, what's the issue, racism?
Get that shit out here.
How the hell could they talk about like they can, but they can't because you get me, they don't experience it.
You look like the exact same nigga, fam.
Yeah, they can't do. Bro.
But basically, like they've proved that they have the knowledge as well. They're not there just to be the token black guy.
Yeah.
They actually have the knowledge there, and that's I was speaking to Joel Bear, innit? And then he used to speak like he speaks with Ian Wright. Bear, Rio Ferdinand is one of them as well. Like, he's always getting called back on, innit? He's like. Ian Wright is like the OG of it, really. He's the one. He's been doing it. He was like
always been the OG.
he was like the only at the point only black.
He was literally the
football
token
presenter,
one.
innit? But he was like, listen, he was giving advice to all of the new people that's coming. Like, listen, like, make sure if one thing is your knowledge on ball, make sure it's tight. It's up. You're doing your research on game strategies, formation, all of that. Make sure you can actually like, give, because you're not there just because of your skin color. Like, don't make it because you wouldn't last. You you just come and then you go and they'll go back to the default. But you are opening doors for like you get other black. Before no one ever thought, wow, you know what? I could actually do the presenting, the football presenting. Now you young people watching Micah Richards, all these men thinking, yeah, fam, that's what I want to do. Do you get me? Similar to like what's his name?
Jermaine Jenis?
No,
He been
Blanks.
hustling though. He been hustling. Who?
Blanks.
Blanks, yeah, with
like
commentary on.
But he's not even that with his coaching.
Oh, with
where he's
coaching.
talking like his uncle was that example that now you can actually be a black coach, you get me, successful coach. Whereas that helped him make that decision early on, where Bear Man was trying to be baller. He's like, no, you know what, I want to be a coach.
Yeah.
You get me. Bear people can come from a young age and say, no, I want to do presenting.
Yeah.
I want to do now because of who they see on TV, but not just because they see them. Because what they're actually talking about makes sense. They're not there because sometimes there's certain there's certain shows where they have the black presenter on, but it's as a comedic element. Like they're just there to add
They
in
run
that shit
jokes.
of comedy. Like, oh, he's
I
gonna
hate that
lighten
so
up the
much.
mood.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, but like, is he actually given?
And that's what Micah used to get a lot because of the laugh, because of the smile, because of that his banter. Sometimes it used to be like he just had to just run jokes, but when he did put across like no, like he's here for a reason. He's won
if you actually
Premier
listen
League.
to him,
He's done bits.
he talks
He
sense.
knows the game. He's been under certain managers, and when he drives his point, and I like the way he drives point because it's true. When you're the only black person on the panel, you might say a point, and Soonest just shuts it down. You get me, and then my man agrees. He's like, no, fuck that. No, hold up.
He's not. You don't have it.
This is what needs to be said, and like, I like that when I see Michael do that.
And if it
still.
wasn't for him, man like Roy Keane wouldn't survive that long.
Yeah, because Roy Keane and Michael got a good relationship.
They got it's
the best,
It's
isn't
Roy
it?
Keane and Micah.
Carragher,
But you know on paper, you look back at that, yeah.
Yeah, on
you
paper.
think
You're thinking, no way, this
no
ain't
way.
work.
no way it could work.
No, Roy Keane and Michael.
Imagine the first TV like director or like
Them man were
broadcaster
nervous as hell.
to send the idea to the board, to the Sky Sports board
Yeah.
on the board, just steal the papers in there. So I think Micah Richards and
She should go on tonight
Okay,
with the Man City Aston Villa game.
Get that shit out of my face.
get this piece of paper out of my
Yeah,
work.
fuck off, man.
Yeah,
Get the
yeah.
other person. Yeah.
Listen,
Not even that, bro.
Relegate man to
imagine
the
the first
runner
time
G.
taping, bro, before they roll the cameras, and man, them would just say like, "All right, Roy."
Yeah.
Because it's true, Roy's probably looking at him like, this guy ain't one shit, bro, compared to me. Like,
Yeah.
who's this guy? Like, this
Bro,
who's this brother?
on paper,
I don't
it
think.
should not work.
The things about Roy, yeah, and obviously a lot of people might have a certain
People don't
stigma
like
with
to
him.
challenge him.
No, but I don't think that he's, and a lot of people might think a certain way about some of these guys, yeah, but I don't think he's racist in it. Like, I don't feel like Roy is racist to any degree in it. So I would never think that Roy looked at Micah at any point and think, who's this black guy? That's brother, like, he ain't done nothing, like, whatever. He would have just seen him as a person.
More of rating him on a football.
Yeah, just on a football level. Like, man can't play. Me, Roy Keane, this guy. Get this guy over. Where's one of the legends? You get me? I want one of them, man. But then he's like, okay, young'un. You get me? You're giving it, and you give it like it would have been sick.
Yeah.
The fact that they've the respect that they got.
Before that as well, like even for us, we're like, rah, Micah's like what? One Premier League.
Yeah, that's it. Like,
and after that, you got moved out the team.
Yeah,
man went to where? Like
Aston Villa. Yeah, like he was.
So we're thinking, rah, like what's man gonna say though? But he's coming, he's like, rah, nah, like man can actually get me.
Pick up Micah, man. Hey, Micah needs to come on the pod still.
He's rated for.
Hey, yo, I know you getting a little trim and that, but listen, I'm next. What I'm saying is that we got a little pod. I know you ain't got time, but this is what we're gonna do. My people gonna call your people. You get me? We're gonna make it work, all right? Say nothing.
But you know, shout out to the person who even thought, let me take him on, because again, a lot of these people also like, you know, they're celebrity agents, so their agents also going to be like, are you sure this is the route you want to go into? Because again, getting into punditry is like,
because do you know
not
he started,
easy move.
Started doing it from like the interviews. You know when they do like the special interviews, then they'll get him to like interview like a player or something like that, and then he's actually he's good at having conversations. And I think they pitched like, do you want to try commentary? Yeah. I don't think he really wanted to do commentary. He wanted to do more of like the interview show stuff, innit?
But for a man to even say that's the lane that I want to do interview show stuff, then you know he's naturally got it in him.
But that one is,
because that's not a lane. Not a lot of people be like, oh yeah, I want to do the interview thing.
No, but that one is more relaxed. It's less, you don't like, man has to come
the questions are written for you.
Nah, but think about it though, yeah. Not all footballers have that personality where be like, yeah, no, I can do
no,
it.
100.
You know what I'm saying? You have to be a footballer. I'm just saying as a person, get me going down that type of lane. That was probably just his entry into punditry. 10 years ago, if you said Mike Richards, you'd be interested in punditry. You'd like, nah, bro, man's trying to retire happily. You get me?
What's mad is that they had to kind of take Jamie Redknapp away from it a little bit, because he got too.
What, you talking about that Neville thing?
Yeah, he got too.
No, look at me when I'm talking to you. Though.
Yeah. No, look at me when I'm talking to you, man. Hold on a minute. Yo. Like, yeah, he got too personal.
The thing is, Gary Neville was like such a good boy, fam. Do you think?
Yeah.
And because it was Gary Neville.
I think
he won't say that to anyone else.
He won't say that to Sooners.
He didn't say it to Roy.
Roy,
no chance.
Long.
Who do you think you're talking to?
You know what his voice? Roy is that one of the only people that when their voice gets high pitched, you actually.
You know what time is. You know what time is. It's like, wait, who do you think you're talking to? It's like long. And you know what's worse? Yeah, he had that. But JB as well, he did him kind of wrong though, man, because you did it right there on the pitch. Where what's her name again? She's right next to
Oh
me.
yeah, what and
it was after the game.
Yeah.
And I remember I'm just thinking to myself, like, out of all the times for you to have a heated debate, you could have done it in the studio. You've done it right there on the field.
Who?
When Neville and Jamie got back.
Oh yeah.
No, but it was after the game though.
It was after the game,
After
but
the
what I'm
game,
saying is that
yeah.
he did it, yeah. Usually you have those conversations in the studio. Man's done it on the pitch, yeah. And obviously, they just brought out like one or two players come through. This is usually the part where they just talk a little bit about the game. Yeah, it's very like happy, go friendly. Man's done it at that point there. So Neville's caught off guard. He's thinking, like,
what's going on there?
Yeah, like, why? You ain't doing this with a man them.
The directors need to hear about this.
Yeah, because he's thinking, fam, you don't do this with a man them in the studio. Yeah, it gets heated, but like.
And the thing is, yeah, Gary's in the studio, my man's outside. He's like, look at me when I'm talking to you. Yeah, brother, what?
Bro,
this guy's wilding, bro. Hey, let's go to a break, bro. This guy's fucking like, what the fuck?
Because like, yo, there's little kids that probably still want to come down and shit. Like, I got my family up there, man.
Do you know
like,
the biggest violation though we saw? I don't think it was on purpose, but it was Roy Keane just being Roy Keane, innit? To Jamie Carragher. And Jamie Carragher talk about like how he was in like a great Liverpool. She's like, listen, we was a great Liverpool team. Like we almost won the league.
Oh, dude, it wasn't when he was like, you wasn't a great Liverpool team?
No, he was like,
can't be that
yeah,
great.
but he said almost.
Yeah,
you didn't win the league.
Didn't win the league. Yeah.
And then Jamie Carragher was like, you just nodded. He's like, he just went, you can say nothing.
We said almost though.
No, because remember the
didn't win the league.
Remember the bit when Keane goes to Michael? Yeah, I think he said when Michael was like, when I first came out.
Yeah, he's like, I burst on the scene.
He goes
on my England debut.
He's like, you burst on the scene.
He's like, I don't hear about many defenders bursting on the
Yeah, you was a right back.
and you know what's funny? Yeah, you know what's funny? Yeah, as soon as Michael's now replying to him, yeah, the bass, yeah, the energy that he comes with, like you can tell as he has to repeat it again, he's like, yeah, no, I would say I burst on the scene. And he's like,
but that's the first time Micah challenged Roy Keane.
Yeah.
And that's when Roy was like, "Raw, like I like this."
So, yeah, like
Give it,
because that could have gone two ways.
Yeah,
because that's the thing about people like Roy. One, people can't speak certain ways to Roy because Roy's built. He's won a lot of shit and he's done a lot of stuff. You have to earn respect from him. But two, fam, the reason why he's like that because he likes it back. Treat people how you like to be treated. Listen, I'm sticking on you. That means stick it on me. And don't be pussy and not stick it on me. Like, come. And if you don't stick it on me, then it's like bunny then. And you're gonna think, oh, I like to bully people. No, I want you to come and bully me back. You get me? I want it to be what? That's how Roy is, which is sick.
That's how that's even how you played though.
Yeah.
He was like the type of guy is like, listen, there was one time where I think and I love it when I play bad and Roy's talking because he talks from like
he talks like he gives you the
talks
real.
like listen,
He gives
this
you
is
the
what
real.
I've not
What he
not
would say
I would be
at halftime or
I
something.
would want to do. This is what I've done previously. And then I think it was a match where Man United went, we was playing shit, like passes weren't connecting, nothing. He's like, listen, I might just clamp into someone. It might make me feel better. I said, nah,
damn.
He's just a different guy, you know? Just to make myself feel better.
Just to make myself feel better, send you someone. Like, real quick.
I said, fuck your pay, bro. I'm just trying to feel alive.
No, but it's so true. When you play ball and you just want to just do that sometimes, because it's like something has to change. So you got to do something to make something happen.
Because that's like the one thing you can control.
Yeah.
I can at least let someone...
I can hurt someone real quick. Get a quick foul, whatever, blah, blah. But at least people know now. Like, people know something has to stop.
What game was it, yeah? There was a Man U game, yeah, and he was analysing it, and obviously it wasn't the best performances. And he goes, fam, like, everything, even going into the tunnel, everyone's now, players nowadays, they're handshaking everybody, and like,
Probably like Arsenal or something.
I can't remember. It wasn't an Arsenal game. But it might be a Leicester game. I think it was a Leicester game, I think. But he was like, he was just basically saying that, like, you think I've got time to be shaking hands with the opponent and whatnot? I'm going to war. I'm going to fight. Why are you fraternizing with the enemy? Yeah. We're going to war. We're going to war. And I was thinking, yeah.
That's his mindset.
And I think it makes sense, but it's like, can someone like with Roy Keane's mindset now come into a game of football now?
You can 100%.
It's missing, bro. For me, it's missing. It's too
friendly,
man. Like,
too friend up.
You get me?
Do you feel like somebody, because I feel like, and I agree, it is friendly. Good and bad sides.
Bro,
good sides, yes. Now there's more of a community.
Where more football, like
you see it, yeah.
More hanging on football games, like
it was actually like it was war. You knew what time it was, and it was like
2-1s and that.
Tight games now.
Tight ones. And the thing is like, of course, the times have changed. People look closer now. If you follow like if you go on like Jack Grealish's team, he follows Maddison. He follows players from other teams. Yeah. So like now it's like, bro, I can't see your post Friday night knowing I'm playing you tomorrow. Like it, put under the comments. Yeah, that's crazy. Oh, ice, bro. Trying to be like you, the ice face. You get me? Like, they're trying to do that Friday night. Bro, you're playing tomorrow. This is what these men are doing. And then they play tomorrow. They talk to him in the tunnel. They just play the game normal.
Catch up
on that. Roy Keane's thing, you're not seeing, Mike. I can't see you. Yeah. I don't see you until I link you because we don't live in the same city. We play for different teams. And we didn't link up for England or whatever, for example. Now, I'm playing you. And that's it. It's the first time I've seen you in like 6 months from the start of summer.
So we're boys.
And it's true. You know what's going into it as well, yeah? Even though there's still Prem, there's always a lot of English players there as well. But these are young English players coming up. And that community is already going to be tighter-knit.
Tight, boy.
Tighter-knit.
Them are
social
together.
Media, man, isn't it? It's social media, like the way social media set up. Easily just be cool. Like you might follow someone just because they've got a mutual, but you won't see that in real life.
But what about, you know me, I like a theory. Imagine team said, yo, you can only follow your teammates on your social media. You can't follow no one else from another team.
That's not a bad theory, but something has to drive into that. Because that's not impossible. Like but something has to come into that.
Like imagine Pep came into the club and said, all right, cool, got them in. And this is something, you know when you hear through a grapevine, hey, I heard Pep told them man not to follow no one. Like, this is mad. Are you not checking this? I'm like, and they go and check. It's like, no, they don't follow no one other than their teammates. This is mad. Then it's like, no, Pep did do this.
It's not impossible.
Pep sat the whole team, you know when they do their meetings. and said, everyone, I told you to bring your phone out.
So this ends now.
This ends today. And he's like, what? What are you talking about? We do not follow the enemy at any point.
Yeah.
What? These are the rules. You sign the contract. This is what we're doing. Bring the contracts in. Like, that will be game changing.
I can't lie to you.
Game
It's
changer.
not far-fetched, but it has to...
Man, it'd be more than you believe.
Don't get me wrong. Yeah, no.
What do you believe?
Definitely, but there has to be a very strong enough pull for that to happen. So there has to be something where it's like, of course, we already know with racism, we already know that what was a strong enough pull for them to have protests and whatnot on fields and whatnot. Because again, people just kept seeing shit like that and they were just tired of that shit. So for that to happen, it can't come out the blue. It's a nice tactic, but it has to be like, no, this is why
I think the manager
going forward, we're doing this now.
I think the manager that would say that would have to demand, like right now, managers don't demand enough respect because so much happens outside of football. Football is like just part of what they do. Like, not I'm saying that loosely because like for them to get to that level, football is everything to them in terms of their life. But with all of like the endorsements that they do, adverts, like brand deals, all of that, like football is not the only thing that they rely on.
I think you just did it right.
Yeah. Football is not the only thing that they rely on. Like bread. So for example, I might not be able to speak to you, but bro, nice.
But that's no, because they did that. Remember Pepsi adverts?